Hello and welcome to Work Experience. I am hoping that by doing this online orientation we will save you a lot of confusion, and hopefully this will clarify all of the necessary paperwork and assignments that you need to do. I look forward to working with you and hearing from you. Work Experience is a partnership, a three-way partnership. It is a partnership between you, the employee, the college, which is I am the representative, and between your employer. So we are working with the three agencies in order to establish a good learning environment for you. My name is Nadine Wade Gravitt, and I am the Work Experience instructor here at Napa Valley College. And you can find me in the physical education building, downstairs in the physical education building, if you need to have person-to-person contact with me. I will also share some information about how you can contact me via telephone and email, if you so choose. So, Work Experience, let me give you a brief introduction to it. As I said, it is a partnership, and it is a recognition that learning does take place outside of the traditional classroom, the one that we're in today, and that actual learning takes place on the job. And the college and the state recognize that and will give you college credit for it. These units are transferable to CSU, so it is a benefit for you in that way as well. In order to be enrolled in Work Experience, you must have a job. And if you do not have a job, or if you are not in a placed job at this point, you need to contact me as soon as possible, and we will work on getting you set up for that. For example, with human services students, I know that you are being placed as the semester goes through. But we don't want to get too far down the road where you do not have a job, because part of it is based upon the hours that you work. So everybody must have a job when they come to Work Experience. There are two types of jobs that you may have. One is called General Work Experience, and one is called Vocational Work Experience. And that does play a factor in what class you enroll in. And General Work Experience is designed to provide a work experience for a student that might not necessarily know what their major is, or has a job in an area that is not necessarily connected to their major. So that is called Work Experience, General Work Experience, and that is Work Experience 191. So if you are in a job that is not necessarily related to your major, then you should be enrolled in Work Experience 191. If you are enrolled in or if you are working or employed in a position that is directly related to your major, then you must enroll in Work Experience 193, which is Vocational Work Experience. So, for example, if your major is finance and you are working in a bank, then it's logical that you would enroll in Work Experience, Vocational Work Experience. So we have those two choices, General Work Experience and Vocational Work Experience. In addition, all students must be enrolled in Work Experience 190, which is the seminar class, and this is all taught online as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the seminar class. So please be reminded that if you are not enrolled in the seminar class, you need to be enrolled in the seminar class. So let me tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm teaching this class. Again, I think that it's a valuable experience for you to gain that knowledge. It's also a terrific opportunity to explore possible careers. So, for example, you do not want to wait until you graduate from college or you're at your senior level in college, senior year, before you realize that you really don't like finance, for example, or you don't like physical education. And now you've wasted 4 years of your college education that are not going to be productive in your employment. So Work Experience also gives you an opportunity to test out occupations and find out if really that is the job that you want upon graduation. So I think that it's a very valuable experience, and I know personally for me it was a very valuable experience because I did an internship realized that I hated working in a hospital. So it was a really good opportunity for me to change my major without losing any units. Because at one time I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist and work in a hospital, and clearly that was not a career that was a good one for me. So when you have logged on, obviously, and you have learned how to log on, and what I suggest that you do is you go to the course content section and you click on the course content section, and that will give you all the information that you need. The work experience is a variable unit class, meaning that for general work experience you may take 1 to 3 units, and the units that you determined are based upon the number of hours that you work. So for example, if you are, and it varies also between getting paid and unpaid. So if you are getting paid and you are working about 5 hours a week, you may sign up for 1 unit. If you are working about 10 hours a week, you may sign up for 2 units. If you are working 15 hours a week, you may sign up for 3 units. We allow occupational students to sign up for a potential 4 units, and that is that you are working about 20 hours a week. Okay, so that is important to know for paid employment. And you may always, it doesn't mean that you have to work 5 hours a week. It just means at the end of the semester, you will have met the required number of hours. So for example, it is frequent that I have students that might work 15 hours in one week and 2 hours the next week and 30 hours the next week. So it doesn't really matter to me except at the end of the semester that you have received and worked the required number of hours as indicated by the weekly hours. So hopefully that's clear for you. For unpaid or volunteer work, it's 4 hours for 1 unit, and it is 8 hours for 2 units, 12 hours a week for 3 units, and if you, again, the 4 units is only open to the occupational students, and that is on the average of about 16 hours a week. So you want to make sure that you are signed up for the right class, because at the end of the semester, if you signed up for 3 units but you only worked 5 hours a week, that is going to be detrimental because you will not be able to accumulate the necessary hours that you will need in order to pass this class. So let's talk a little bit about the course content. If you read everything on here, it gives a pretty clear explanation of what kind of requirements that I have. You'll see an area for work experience documents, and if you will click onto that, you will find every document that you will see as required, and that is over in this area right here. It's not loaded up right now, so I can't show you, but you will have every document available to you. Now you will be required to print those documents out and fill them out. And unfortunately at this time we still do not have the capability of sending it back to me electronically, but we're working on that. So it is required that you send it to me, drop it off at my office, or you can fax it to me, and I've included my fax number as well. So on that page you will see all of the necessary documents, and I'm hoping to put the timelines listed as well with that. I've also included a complete workbook, which I will show you right here, and this workbook is available at my office if you would like to come in and pick up a hard copy. And this is exactly the same thing that I have posted online as well. Okay, so you have 2 ways of getting it. You may come to my office, again, which is located in the Physical Education Building, or you may come to the, you may get it online.